Good morning, friends. This is Palani from Moonshot Tech. Today, we are going to talk about advanced data analysis with ChatGPT, right? If you have to do any advanced data analysis on your Excel sheet or CSV data or databases, today you need to know programming languages like Python, and Pandas is an awesome library that can do very sophisticated data analysis, right? What if I tell you that you can do the same level of sophisticated data analysis like what you can do with Python and Pandas, but with natural language conversation, right? That is exactly what we are going to cover today. So to start off with, we'll first need a data set so that we can perform some analysis on top of it. So I have picked a Spotify tracks data set. So this data set has details about all the artists, the albums, the tracks that are available on Spotify, and it has details about what is the popularity of those tracks based on the number of times they have been played. It has a lot of details about the tracks in terms of speechiness, how much of danceability does that track have, tempo, and genre of the track, right? So this is the data set that we will use, and this is not a small data set. This has about 100,000 plus records in it, right? So let's take this and start our analysis with ChatGPT. So to start off with, you will first need to choose a new chat with ChatGPT 4. So that requires a $20 subscription. And I can now go ahead and upload my data set. Attached here with is the data set. Spotify. Can you analyze the data set? All right. All right. So let's send it in. So now what ChatGPT is going to do, it's going to analyze the data set, and you will see that the analyzing step here, it's actually generating Python code to analyze, right? So it's actually loading the data frame, looking at the head to see what are the different attributes that the data set has, and it's able to list all the different attributes, right? There is artist, track ID, album name, and so on and so forth, and it's able to understand what is within the data. Let's so once it has this, uh, let's see if it can, we would want to generate some insights from this data, right? So uh, I'm not sure what kind of insights are available. So let me make a generic statement. It generate some interesting insights from this data set. This is really powerful, right? I'm just giving a very open statement for it to go ahead and generate some insights, and it has come up with some. There are like 5 different things it says can be generated. Uh, Average duration, top gen. Let's see what it comes up with. So it has generated the code, and okay, so there is a lot of textual data that it is providing. Uh, Average popularity of the tracks, standard deviation. Now, what if I can get this? Let's see if it is able to plot it out to make it more visually appealing. Nice. So now you can see that it is automatically using the matplot Python library to actually generate different types of it's generated some histogram. Uh, Interesting. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, so there you go. It has generated some charts for us. This is absolutely interesting, right? So without me writing even a single line of code, it has been able to generate all these charts for me. So let's see what these charts are indicating, right? So the first one is about popularity and the number of songs. So this is an interesting stat, right? You will see that there are like 20,000 plus tracks where popularity is almost zero, right? So these are pretty much there on Spotify, but very hardly played by any customers, right? And you will see if you look at tracks which have high level of popularity, there are just 7,000, 6,000, just a small number of tracks which have a high degree of popularity. I think that's an interesting analysis. In terms of popularity based on duration of minutes, right? Uh, you will see that the most common ones are between the 3 to 6 minutes duration. I think that's understandable because these are more songs, right, which have a smaller duration. I'm sure there'll be some like podcasts which have like 1 hour, 2 hour lengths, but the most popular ones are between 3 to 6 minutes. And then it also has listed by the genre, right? So you will see the tracks which have a based on genre, the number of count of those tracks. Like that, the genre one looks interesting. Let's see if we can double click into that to identify uh, top five genres by number of tracks. Okay, this is top five genres by number of tracks, right? So you will see that pop and acoustic or pop, these are some of the genres with the maximum number of tracks. Let's see if we can get the top five genres based on popularity. Top 10 genres by popularity. All right, so you can see that it gave me some basic insights, and that kind of helps me to fine tune those insights and generate more analysis on top of that data, right? So that's how it becomes useful. Now there you go. So that is based on the popularity, right? Not just the number of tracks, but the popularity of those tracks. And you will see here also, I think K-pop and pop are pretty much on top of the list. Then you have Indian anime, the whole bunch of them. Now let's say I want to uh, can be plot a graph of top artists Indian. Let's see what this comes up with. So you'll see the moment I said focus on Indian genre, right? So it's filtering out just the records of Indian genre, and then it's trying to identify the top artists within that genre. And there you go. That again is based on number of tracks. So you will see artists by number of tracks. That's interesting. Now, if you want to do the same, can you plot the top artists, genre artists, popular? Oh, interesting. It's actually doing a A/B testing with me at this point. Uh, I hope the output is still the same. It's just the approach that it takes is different. Okay, first one has not generated the chart yet. So second, and there you go. That's the chart based on popularity. I think it is not neatly laid out because I think there are a lot of tracks where there are multiple artists. This might need a bit more cleanup to kind of pick up specific artists. But I hope this gives you a good understanding of the capabilities that are possible with ChatGPT, right, for analyzing your documents. So that's what we saw today. Uh, you know, we did some advanced data analysis with ChatGPT, natural language conversations, absolutely no coding skills required. Um, just upload your data. This does need you to upload all your data into ChatGPT, right? It's still the size of the data seems to be fine because the data set that I uploaded was around 100,000 records. It had about 15 MB of CSV data, so that's a reasonably sized data set that did not have any problems with ChatGPT. But this may not work for your business data, right? Where there is data privacy concerns and you cannot upload the data into ChatGPT. In those cases, you know, uh, similar data analysis could be possible, but without actually passing the data on to any LLM layer, right? So if you want to explore more, if you're interested in those kind of solutions, do drop a comment or note, and I can see if there are other tools that can help us do this kind of powerful analysis, but without really sending the data to a third party LLM system. I think, hope that was useful, friends. Go ahead and use your natural language skills to analyze complex data, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.